Hi guys. Hello there. Welcome back to my channel, University with Marie. How's everyone doing? Y'all know I am Marie. It is so good to see everyone. It is wonderful to see you guys. Let's see who's in the house, shall we? For right now. Hey, Miss Wendy K, how are you doing? It's so great to see you. Wonderful, wonderful. Happy Saturday, everyone. How you doing? How are you doing? I hope you're feeling great. In a nowhere glow. Hello, Precious. How are you doing? I'm so glad to see you. Teresa Phillips. Hi, sweetie pie. Whoop, child. Hey, the best moderator in the United States of America. Right, guys? Done. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you guys for coming. We're going to go ahead and kind of wait to see how, if anyone else is going to come in. Let's go ahead and do a quick intro, huh? Shall we? Let's go.
I hear you. Gang. For real, to get shit done. Set shit up, bitch. Hey, Drew. Turn this on.
Every time gang hit my phone, I'm gon' hop in the car. Niggas out here slaying cold, so I keep it cold hard. Had to tell that hoe, leave me alone, shit I'm a star. Every time gang hit the road, I'm gon' hop in the car. Niggas out here slaying cold, so I keep it cold hard. Had to tell that hoe, leave me alone, she know I'm a star. I'm writing these songs instead of wrongs, forever gon' play my part. Yeah.
Yes, girl talk. It's kind of like woman talk, actually, what we're going to be doing today. Guys, please remember to continue to what? Like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, guys. Hit it. Subscribe. Again, welcome back to my channel. I really appreciate everyone who's here, who has subbed to my channel, who is riding and dying with me. I appreciate you all. Hey, Emonique. Oh, my God. Emonique has a membership. Thank you, Emonique. Guys, we have yet reach another milestone, okay? We have memberships, okay? Hey, Sunshine Wilson, the membership guys right now, they have the little perks. I have one that's starting at $1.99, which is pretty but not petty, okay? They don't like us because we're pretty, not petty, right? I think that's a great one. It's only $1.99. It's just to show love to the channel and support the channel, guys. I really would appreciate it. Then there's a $2.99, and then there's a $4.99. However, guys, I don't advise to subscribe to those memberships yet because I want to come up with some really fascinating perks for you guys. Right now, though, there are some perks like members only chats, members only live streams, and after darks. Okay, so right now I'm going to be doing after dark with the $1.99 and the $2.99. Okay, you know we want everyone to have a piece of the pie, right, guys? Yes. So thank you guys. Thank you, Monique, for joining my channel. I appreciate it. Guys, it's $1.99. If you want to support the channel, please support the channel. I love you guys. Thank you. Yes, let's get into it, shall we? Now, today, I want to come on. First, I want to ask a question, guys. The question is, what would you do if your child, one of your kids, okay, talks back to you, talk down to you, and ultimately lay hands on you? What would you do? You know, what would you do if your child lays hands on you, talk to you like you're straight crazy? What would you do? You know, now, it's around the YouTube streets right now that, hey, COG, that someone is incarcerated right now because of a child. Allegations with a child, allegedly, okay? But we don't know exactly what happened, right, guys? We've seen, well, kids nowadays are what? Thinking they're the parent. Am I right? Put a lip gloss in the chat if you think I'm right. Some of these kids now, they're talking back to their parents. They think they can whoop their parents, okay? And guess what? The system will not allow us to what? Tear that ass up like we want to tear that ass up. Now, I'm not saying, everyone, you need to whip your kid. No, because I didn't want to whip my kids because I thought about back in the day, slavery times where our people were whipped, right? We don't want our kids we don't want to manifest that into our generation, right? However, God says, spare the rod, spoil the child, right? If it's in the word, hey, I'm with it. Now, from telling them, they're trying to tell parents what they need to do, how they need to act, where they need to go, what they're going to do, what they're going to say, right? Again, I'm not trying to teach anyone how to parent. I'm just saying from my experience. You know, a lot of these kids nowadays, you know, they're They're just wild. And everybody say it's how you raise your child, right? It's how we raise our kids, right? We raise our kids, we send them to school, we make sure that they're making great grades. We're making sure that they're minding. However, when they get older, guys, they can get caught up with the wrong crowd, can they not? They can get caught up with the wrong crowd. And what happens? When they start listening to that wrong crowd, what? They start changing. They start changing, thinking they can what? Your ass. Okay? Now, I'm just going to the comments right quick. Sunshine said, rule of threes for me. Yes. And what y'all say, as for me in my house, I'm going to run it how I see fit. Absolutely. But nowadays, again, these kids, we've seen here online too, how some of these kids act. They talk to their mom like they crap. They use profanity in front of their mom. They're like 13, 14 years old. No. But again, we try to do our best. We try to raise our kids, especially as a single parent. We try to raise our kids the right way. However, sometimes things don't just come out beautiful. Things don't come out like that dream come true, that fantasy that we want. We want our kids to be educated, smart, and respectful, right? We want them to be respectful. But again, sometimes they get caught up with the wrong crowd. And sometimes we've done everything we could with our kids, raising them. We've done everything we could. So what now? What now? Like I said, the system nowadays, if you pop your child, if you whoop your child, guess what? You are going to jail. If that child happens to call 911, you're going to jail. Isn't that interesting? You're going to jail. And again, we don't want to whoop our kids. However, let's get into it. Let me just look at the comments right quick because they're jumping. Wendy K say, I'm by myself. No, I understand. Wu Chow say, then when they get into trouble, the first thing people is to blame is the parents. Absolutely. And when the kids get in trouble, what the first thing they call? They can be on a roller coaster ride and it's high up and they're scared, they're afraid. First thing they say is, mama, right? That's the first thing they holler is mama. Just FYI. Sunshine said, the kids talk to me better than they talk to their parents. That's what I'm saying. They talk to a stranger better than they talk to you. They treat a stranger better than they treat you. In some cases, they do. They do. Hey, Jam, how are you? She said, parents have to be parents and not friends. That's right. Training starts early. This is a healthy respect instilled in them consistently. Absolutely, Jam. Absolutely, Jam. And like I said, we raise our kids. We put the fist down. We raise them well. They make great grades. They're respectful. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Yes, sir. No, sir. But then something changes. Sometimes something changes because they get with the wrong crowds, right? Or they begin to do things they shouldn't be doing, like substances, what would we do in that case? What would we do in that case? That is the question. What would we do if our kids turn on us, basically? They turn on us. What would you do? Jam said a lot is the product of babies having babies. Absolutely. That's true too. Especially if you're a baby having a baby and you don't have a mentor or a mother to help show you how to raise that baby, right? The first thing some mothers do is boot their kids out. They can be 15 years old. They boot them right out the house and then they're out there on their own. They don't know how to raise. They're raising themselves and a baby. What the hell? We have to be careful how we raise our kids, especially girls. Sunshine says, sometimes it is the parents' fault. Yes, sometimes it is the parents' fault. Absolutely. That's what I said. That's why I say that we try to raise our kids right. We know we've done a great job. But then they change when they get older. Hey, be in charge. How are you doing, Precious? So good to see you, sister. Now, I'm going to give you an example. My daughter, when she was 25 years old, okay? She came to visit from college. It was her last year. Went out with her girlfriends, came back. And I made the comment that, gosh, you look like your dad, right? Simple comment. Gosh, you look like your dad. Do you know that she clicked my child? And I was so shocked. It shocks you as well when your kids try to talk back to you or try to be disrespectful. It shocks you. It's like a shock, And she talked to me like I was a stranger on the street. My daughter. Now, mind you, I paid her ass. Sent her so much money while she was in college. All that. I'm her mother, right? It got to the point where she finger in my face, in her mother's face, my child. In a way, I was hurt. Of course, I was pissed. But I was more hurt than pissed because this is my daughter. This is the young lady that I raised. All right. Well, her finger did this. Scratch my nose. What did I do? I got up, straight hood on her ass. I did. Because you're my child. You're not going to disrespect me. You know? Yes, I told that ass up. I did because you're my child. You're supposed to respect me. And then at the same time, I was hurt. I really was hurt. I was like, my child talking to me like this, you know? And of course, ever since then, I haven't had a problem from her. It's yes, ma'am. No, mommy. Yes, mommy. And I didn't feel good about it. But the point is, you're not going to run me. You're not going to whoop my ass. And you're not going to talk to me crazy, ma'am. I raised you. So what was I supposed to do in that case, guys? What was I supposed to do in that case? And I know a lot of people say there's a better way than striking. Yes, I know. Yes, I know. But at the same time, I was hurt. What do I do in that case? Y'all tell me. Sunshine says, sometimes it is the parents' fault. Absolutely. Thank you, Woo Child. I appreciate it. Sunshine says, parents have to actually be both a parent and a friend because kids tell their friends everything. And yes, that's one thing I can say about my kids, especially my boys. They tell me everything. And I love that. I love that I can conversate with them. No, I'm not their friend, but I'm their mother. I want them to be safe. You know, I want to give them advice. So I'm blessed that my boys do tell me mostly everything, guys. But in some cases, some parents don't. Their kids don't. Their kids don't. And one lady asked me one particular time, she said, does your teenager still speak to you? I told y'all that. She asked me, you mean to tell me your kids still talk to you? And I was like, yes, he talks to me. And then I thought about it. Well, hell no, he doesn't talk to me, really. I had to make that change. You know what I did? Start making the ass sit at the table on Sundays, at least for Sundays, for Sunday dinner so we can discuss. And sometimes it's good to go back old school and have your kids at the table, make them eat at the table. A lot of kids want to go to the back room with their game and eat while they're playing the game. No, sometimes you got to put them behind at the table so you can know what's going on, have conversations, right, guys? When the King says parents like to be a friend with their kids, fine when they're older, right? When they're older. My son just left today, guys. I was so upset. I was so sad, but I know he's a man. I have to let him be a man, right? Cannot be babying him. He's a boy. He's a guy, you know. I didn't want to let him go, but I knew he had to go out there into the world to get his. I'm going to be calling, you know, and all I can do is pray on it and keep it moving. But some women like to have their son on their titty all the damn time, every day, all day. You know, no, you cannot do that because he's going to turn out to be a what, little bitch. Excuse my French. That's what he's going to turn out to be. If you keep him on the what? Titty, okay? When the case say, but not disrespectful. Absolutely, but not disrespectful. COG said, that's true. Kids need both parents. I think that's the importance of teaching kids while they're young so they will know how to behave in front of others when they get older. Absolutely. You got kids that come to your house that visit with your friend. They be jumping all on your sofa, jumping all up and down and shit. It's because there's no what? Home training. You have to train your kids. Sit your ass down when you go to somebody's house. But you have kids that jump all around, jumping on people's furniture, just being disrespectful. Again, it's how you raise them from when they're little. But at the same time, they sometimes they will change, guys. And it's like, what do we do in that case, right? What do we do in that case? Jam said, consider poor food. She said, consider poor food source availability. Nutrition, hormones in food, the additives are also contributing factors. You're right. If you're constantly giving your kid, I've seen where women give their kids a dang on Pop-Tart, and push them out the door. And they be outside all day, and I couldn't understand that. Why do you have your kids outside from morning to night, but not allow them to come into the house? And if they do come to the door, what? Give them a sweet, sugary juice. They're going to be hyper, you know? And their little tummies are probably hurting from being hungry, right? You have to watch how you raise your kids. You have to feed them. Jam is right. They have to have green vegetables. They have to have real stuff, you know, guys. Don't give them a Pop-Tart and push them out the door. The hell? No shoes, nothing. And sometimes they would come to my house and I would feed them. You know, I would feed them. But it's like, I've seen some trifling mothers. I have seen some trifling mothers. I'm not going to lie. I have. And they were my girlfriends. But at the same time, it's like, damn, girl, you make me call CPS on you so you don't get it together. Sometimes they'll feed a man before they feed their kids. So, again, it comes from the home. Like COG say, if they had both parents, it'd be really wonderful. You know? Hey, Blessed Sister, too. How are you doing? She says, thank you, Anita. She says, just what you said, just what you did. Yes, I raised my kids. But like I said, my daughter, I don't have any more problems out of her, but she tried it. She tried it. And again, I didn't want to whoop my kids because I thought about slavery, right? I thought about us getting whipped when we were, slaves back in the day. And, you don't want to manifest that into your home and just constantly, if you're going to whip them right. Not with stitching cards and broomsticks. I whooped with everything when we were young. I didn't want to implement that on my kids. And thank God they turned out so far okay. They have. Knock on wood. Nobody's kids are perfect. I'll tell you that too. Nobody's child is perfect. Sunshine say rules of three. 3 pops in life. 1 as a child, once as a teenager, and once as an adult. Mm-hmm. My father, he didn't whoop me. He whooped me once. And I was more hurt than, physically hurt. My soul was hurting because it was my dad. He whooped me, But I took that with me and ran with it. I never got another whipping from him. Hell no. But again, I know that some guys be like, I didn't have a daddy. Sir, we know you didn't have a daddy, but you still know the difference between right and wrong, right? They still know the difference between right and wrong. You know what's right and you know damn well what's wrong. Stop using that as an excuse. That's all I'm saying. A lot of times, I didn't have a daddy. So what, sir? You have a mother. Wendy K say, give them the look. Yes. That's what my mom used to do. That tongue and that baby, we will run. Play with your female. Hello. She says, hello, Queens in the chat. Hello. Thank you very much for joining us. I hope you subscribe. Welcome to the channel. What y'all say? Facts. Hey, Mel MC, how are you doing, precious? Hello. Sasha Lynn, how are you doing? Shannon, hi. She said, hey, Marie, at the pool, I'm listening, but I got to keep it out. I hit the like button. Wonderful. Thank you so much for hitting the like button. Everyone else, please hit the like button. Step out and hit the like button if you can. Now, I wrote a couple of notes here, guys. Like I said, some kids can be something else, honey. I say, I know some people don't care. To discipline their kids physically, but is it a mistake in not doing so? If you don't whoop your kids physically, is it a mistake not tapping your kids? Is it a mistake? Remember when we were in school, they had corporal punishment, and they kept my mouth shut. I did not want to pop. Who remembers corporal punishment? Put a lip gloss in the chat if you remember corporal punishment, where they had that big, thick board, and they would pop you, take in the hallway and pop you. I didn't want that. So we turned out to be quiet kids, because we didn't want that. Do y'all think that it's a mistake of us not physically tapping our kids? Do y'all? Because we've seen on several cases where kids, they went to the point where y'all recall the twin girls that made their mother meet her demise? Y'all remember that? Put a lip gloss if you heard the story of the twin girls that made their own mother meet her demise, where they beat her to death. Trigger warning. Yes. Her own kids, her own daughters. So it's like, do we have to be afraid of our kids? Or should our kids be afraid of us? Because I know darn well my sons are afraid of me. They are. They respect me. They're afraid of me to a certain extent, of course. However, I don't think they would pick their hands up to hit me. And I'm so thankful for that. Because I know I can't beat my sons physically. I can't beat them physically because they're so strong and healthy. But it's about respect. Hi, Miss Monique, to you. Thank you for joining. Mel C said, I got my ass beat at school. Oh, yes. Me too. Got my tail tore up at school. Once. Hell no, I don't want no more of them pops. No. A Jam said, yes, the ones in Georgia. See? Wendy K say, one with holes and one that was solid. Yes. Wendy K, Mel C said, yes, I remember the twins. They did their own mother because they wanted to do what the hell they wanted to do. You see what I'm saying? And she probably tried her best to raise those twins. And they were calculating. They were manipulating. They were something else, those twins. Look it up. Maybe we need to talk about it on here. Which I say, yep, Jasmine and Tasmia. Jasmine and Tasmia. Yes, that's their names. They were something else. Look it up, guys. E. Monique, I just love seeing your green membership. Thank you so much for joining the membership. I really appreciate it. Thank you, sister. Jim say, there is such a thing as healthy fear. Yes. Thing is healthy fear. Yes, it is. But I'm not going to be scared of none of my damn kids. However, there are parents out there, they are afraid of their own kids. They are afraid of their own kids, guys. So, and the reason why they are afraid of their own kids, because number one, a lot of them didn't do what? Discipline. Physically. They didn't tap that ace. Okay? And I'm not saying everybody should do that, because you can put them in time out. It'll traumatize them, time out. You can make them hold a dictionary up with their hands that'll traumatize them. But what if it doesn't? What do we do? And if we do pop they behind, if we do whoop they behind, they call 911, guess what? You're going to jail. Why? Now, some cops will come out and be like, go ahead and tear that ass up. I'm leaving for the day. Because they understand they have to be like an old school cop. But if it's a new school cop, a young one, honey, he ain't gonna want you to touch that child. He's gonna take you straight to jail. Wendy K say, have to trust. Yes, we do have to trust our kids. We do. But at the same time, Wendy, you got kids that are very disrespectful to their parents. Very disrespectful. What you do in that case? I just need to know. I want to hear your takes on it, guys. What do you do when your child talks back to you, talk down on you, and then they put hands on you, physically fight you? What do? Do you fight back? Call the popo. It's one or the other one. If your kids, that's a question. If your kids lay hands on you, do you fight them back or do you just call the popo? Now, mind you, they can hit you in the head with any darn thing. Put it in the chat. Sasha and I said, yes, my third grade teacher will pull our to dress tight and paddle us. Yes. Yes. And I did not want that paddle. And I was like, class clown. But I knew what time it was when I seen her going by the desk, by the drawer. Oh, no, I shut the hell up. Sunshine says, me too. Then my mother came to the school. Happened again. Yes, my mother came to the school, Sunshine, and whipped my behind in front of the whole class. I was so damn embarrassed. But it worked. It really did work. Imoni says, that's such a sad story. I couldn't help thinking about her, how the mother felt knowing her kids made her meet her demise. That's right. They did all kinds of stuff to that woman. All kinds of stuff. Her own daughters. Jim say, parents should stay engaged, ask questions always. They could be having issues outside the home, school, pure racism, etc. Right. That's true, Jam. But afraid to speak up because of the stupid phrase, snitches get stitches. Absolutely. And that's why I talk to my kids. You have to talk to your kids. That may be just it, Jam. The reason why they're lashing out is something going on the outside or inside of the school. Right, Jam? You got to talk to your kids. You got to have time for your kids. You can't be like, well, I got to go to work. Or I got to go here. I got to go be with my man. No. We got to tend to your kids first, okay? You have to tend to your kids first. They come first. Hell with a ninja. They come first, right? Wu Child said, she said, I never thought about hitting my mother. No, me either. My mother had broomstick. She did not play. Wu Child says, when my oldest was around 9 or 10, I had to come up with other ways of discipline because tearing him up wasn't working. It became monotonous, right? Wu Child, it became monotonous. It did. I can understand that, Wu Child. It became monotonous. Not for me, but some kids, it does become monotonous. It does become just, it doesn't even hurt anymore. You're right. She said, one time I made him put his back to the wall, squat like he was sitting in a chair. Sometimes they work, guys. Sometimes they work. Nowadays, you have the video games, you have the PlayStation. Take that away from them for a week or two. Damn, they'd be traumatized. But, girl, y'all know I know a story for every damn thing. You saw the little boy made his grandmother meet the demise of the damn game because she made him get off the game. And he did that to her and went right back to playing that damn game like nothing happened. It's like, really, you can't avoid fate. I know this. But at the same time, if you start off with them early, guys, then you'll be fine. A lot of it, won't come to pass if you start off with them early. Sunshine said, well, my homegirl just did 4 days in jail because she fought her twin daughter. See? But the twin daughter, I bet she ran up on her mother. Did she not, Sunshine? I bet she ran up on her mother. My daughter scratched my nose. And honey, I told her the only reason why you still have that hand because you have to write with it, sister. That's the only reason why you still have that hand. But I was so shocked that my child can say something to me like that. My child can go against me. My child can bug me, I was very shocked. Miss Monique to you says, I'm telling Popo my reflexes made me snap. LOL. She said, I went food stamps. Well, she said, I went food stamps and EBT on the kid. Now what? Yes, because they would try you guys. They really would try you. And I was just thinking about the other young lady that's incarcerated. What happened exactly? People just quick to say, oh, she beat her child. She tore it. You don't know what the hell happened. That little girl probably bucked her. I had a girlfriend, okay? Her daughter, she had a stroke. She was unable to mechanically move. It's like she used to move, okay? Her daughter jumped on her in Kroger's, the store Kroger's, if you heard of the store. She pushed her mom's head all in the seafood department. All up in the shrimp, all up in the fish. She did her own mother like this. She's about 15. Well, her mother called me. She's like, you don't want to call? She jumped. I was like, what? So I went to her house. I did go to her house. And I say, you jumped on your mama? Did you jump on your mama? And I can't tell y'all the rest of what happened after that, but I bet she didn't jump on her mama no more. I bet she didn't jump on her mom anymore. Your mom is physically incapacitated, and you're going to jump on your mom? You see what I'm saying? I don't know. The devil is roaming, guys. He's roaming. She said, Marie, my mom told us very early, I brought you in this world, and I would take you out. No problems here. Absolutely. And you don't want to make your child meet their demise. You don't want to do that. However, you got the kids that will try you. They will try you. And like I said, those boys, they're strong, they're tall, they're healthy. You know, thank goodness my boys would not try me. I'm glad about that because I would hate to do something to them. You know, I really would hate to do something to my kids, you know. But you, in other cases, you got kids that would try their parents. You know, it's just always it's not always the parent fault. That's all I'm saying. It's not always the parent fault. It's sometimes it's kids that just, you know, they get out there in the world and they meet friends and they see how their friends talk to their mother. They think they can come back and what? Recapitulate the same damn thing with you. No, you can't do that, son. Girl, you cannot do that. Woo Child says, let me go back up here. Sorry. Thank you, Jam. Woo Child said, I saw a story where a boy choked his sister until her last breath. I think she's saying the Wi-Fi in the house kept messing up and messing his game up. Just sad. See that? Damn games. And honestly, I think a lot of the crime nowadays, guys, with African-American young men come from watching too much damn TV. I really do. Playing the damn game. Because if you're not privy to that type of behavior, you get it? If you don't see that type of behavior, then you won't do it, right? You won't do it. If you're in the house every day doing your homework like you should be doing, you know, playing with your siblings, going to bed, right? Then you won't even know what the hell that is, right? So nowadays, a lot of parents are allowing their kids to watch any damn thing. They're allowing their kids to watch any damn thing, and they're allowing them to play any game. And on those games, hell, on GTA, you can buy what? Hoe, if you want to buy a hoe on the game. So you see what I'm saying? If they don't have that, if you don't allow them to play these games and watch any damn thing on TV, guess what? They wouldn't even know about that. What do y'all think? What do y'all think? Sunshine say, no, it's the mother. She's an alcoholic. Jesus. You know, alcoholism is not a joke, guys. It isn't. And I'm telling you, I don't want to ever date nobody that's having that issue. And I know it's called a sickness and everything, y'all, but I just don't want to deal with nobody with it because they are worrisome. They are bugaboos and they are just, you know, so I can understand if somebody is like that, then they would have a tendency to aggravate it and talk to you crazy and just snap at you for no apparent reason. So that's another story. You're right, Sunshine. Wendy K say they're smart. I was a preschool teacher for 19 years. They're smart at one. Yes, they are smart at one. You ever seen on TikTok and Instagram how those kids try to climb up a whole door or manage to get out of their cribs, learn how to get out of their cribs with sheets and shit? These kids are very smart. These are the new millennium kids, okay? They're very intelligent. Mel MC said, oh, Wendy K said they're smart, right? Mel MC says there was a white boy in Florida that Killed his son and dad so he could have a house party. These kids ain't playing out here today anymore. You're right. I've seen something like that, Mel MC. I seen one a young man did his parents and put him upstairs and kept going with a party just so you have a house party. That is crazy to me. That is crazy to me. And it's not like you can have parties for your kids and everything, but I guess it's because, you know, the world is changing. It says that the world is going to change. And it's like, what do we do? I think we can change it. If all the parents try to work and snap out of shit, I think things can be changed. I really do. How you speak to your girl, Marcella? Thank you so much. We love you so much. I hope your husband's doing well. Please pray for Marcella's husband, please, guys. Please pray for her husband, please. It's real. It's real out here. Marcella said, I said that brought you here, take you out. That's why I brought you here and I'll take you out. Absolutely. And a lot of women have that theory where they want to, you know, that mindset that, hey, I brought you here. I had you for 9 months and you talk to me crazy. I'm going to make you leave here. I wouldn't go that far. And guess what? I'm fighting for my life. If I'm fighting for my life, then hell yeah, I'm going to have to lay you down, you know. If I'm fighting for my life, yes, I'm going to have to lay you down, son. But if it's something where, you know, we can talk about it or I can protect myself still without making a meter to my cool. But don't, if I'm fighting for my life, hell yeah, I'm gonna have to do what I have to do. And that's just instinct, right? Yes. Sunshine says, hey, Marcella, blessings to you and your family. Yes, blessings to Marcella and her family. Thank you. She said, hey to Woo Chow. Hey, McClurg, how you doing, my baby? Winnie K said, we used to be outside till the lights came on. Right, we did. Let me tell you guys, we were outside till the street lights came on, right? But see, remember, guys, 80s, 90s babies, early 2000s, that's when that substance scene came on, right? The substances came on. They were just pushing them out there to our parents in the streets, pushing them. We used to stay out till the lights come on. We already knew, take our ass in the house, right? When the lights came on. But guess what? Once the substance hit our family, we would be out till 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. Little kids. We were very little, 8, 7, outside at 4 o'clock in the morning. So that could be something, a reason too, why some kids are acting out, you know? And like who's that said that? Oh, Sunshine. Alcoholism may have take part in it. You know, kids don't want to see their parents drunk all the time, or they want to, you know, have a parent spatting off at them and drunk and slur. They don't want that. They want a normal life, you know? And I tried to give my kids a normal life, even if their dad did get deported. I tried to make my kids have a normal life. Wucha says, you sure can. These games are a mess. Well, some of them. And you also have to monitor who they are communicating with on them. Absolutely. We've seen kids go out the door and go, never come back because of the game, right? Because of a game. But again, these games nowadays are so violent. And like I said, if you're not, it's how you raise a child. Like she said, it's how you raise a child. If they're 4 and 5 and they're already playing GTA and they're seeing all this violence, they're going to go implement that violence at school. You see how they caught weapons in kids' backpacks in the 3rd grade, 2nd grade? I mean, that's where it's coming from. Really, it is. If they don't see it, they want what? Implement it, right? Speak to girl myself, say we couldn't look at our parents crazy. Excuse me, my nose is bothering me. She said, get our teeth knocked out. Absolutely. We get our teeth knocked out if you, you know. But nowadays, kids, man, I've seen, the other day I was in Walmart. This little boy was on the ground yelling and screaming and hollering to the top of his lungs, right? The whole time was in there. And they act like they could not control him. It was Hispanic women. They act like they could not control him. I was like, beat his ass, for real. Drag his ass out of here. I mean, he just was red, crying, sweating, acting a plump fool. What you do in that case? What do you do in that case? And they act like they could not control him. Girl, he's only 5 goddamn years old. Why you cannot control him, ma'am? You better nip it. Yeah, I told her, you better nip that, ma'am. You better nip that right away. Because he's going to grow up and what? Yes, he is. Let's see here. Just Valencia, how are you doing? I hope your vacation was great. Happy Saturday. Hey, who's that lady? Thank you for joining us. I appreciate it. Thank you. Hi, Tammy Young. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's so great to see you. Smart Cookie, how are you doing? It's great to see you. Sacha Lane, hello. She said, my grandson got smart with me. Before I knew, I had grabbed him around the top of his shirt and snatched him to me and told him, do it again. I will knock his GD head off. Sometimes it takes the rod. Sometimes it takes the rod, guys. And a lot of folks think that, oh, why are you whipping your kids? That's not going to do anything. Sometimes it will do something, honey. It will shock them into straighten the hell up. Sometimes it will. But if, like Wu Chow said, that if it becomes monotonous, if you constantly whooping their ass, then guess what? They're gonna get used to it. And what else can you do? So it's not cool to continuously whoop your kids on an everyday basis or every other day basis. It's other ways that you can, you know, reprimand your child without discipline your child without physically touching them. But damn, you know, what is it? Hey, Jessica, how are you doing, precious? So good to see you. Cynthia Green, how are you doing? Thank you so very much. You know, I wanted to bring this topic up because I'm like, you know, a lot of people have a tendency to blame the parent immediately if the parent goes to jail for hitting her child. You don't know what the hell that child did, especially a female. Like I told you, my daughter did me like that. Boom. God will break your finger off. Seriously. Don't touch my nose. I'm your mother. You know? So I'm just saying that in every case that we see the parent going to jail for abuse, sometimes it's not the parent. Sometimes it's the child messing with the parent. And the parent got fed up. Child putting hands on the parent has to protect herself. And if you protect yourself nowadays, you go to what? Jail. Isn't that interesting? Sasha Lynn says, he tells me he's going to call my daughter. I'll call her for him. Last time I had trouble from him. Absolutely. You going to call your mama? I'll call her for you. Because I'm going to tell you, I'm going to light that ass up. And that's on period, you know? I would try to say, take him to the car and wax that ass. Or walk up and leave him in the floor screaming his head off. He did it the whole time he was there. And I left with this boy on the floor. I'm like, security, do something. Because this is craziness. These women are letting this little boy basically punk them. Yes. Sasha Lynn said, yes. Tiffany Davis, hi. She said, I have 3 daughters, ages 20, 17, and 9. They respect me and I respect them. I was raised under the old school rules, but I chose a different approach. I would say some of these kids may need some hands. Absolutely. Like I said, Tiffany Davis, I try to do that as well. Not whip my kids all the time because I didn't want to instill that slavery method of whipping them. You know, I just felt like, you know, whipping them was just like, basically manifesting what they did back in the 1800s with us. And I didn't want to do that. However, God did say what? You can tat that ass up. He did. And so I was grateful for that. You know, I was grateful it was in the word, you know. Let's see here. Hey, Stacey States, how are you doing? Wucha says, I remember a few months ago, I was in the store and a lady's kid was in there tearing the store up and screaming. I left my stuff. I had to go back later because my nerves got bad and they don't do nothing, Wu Child. And you know, a lot of cases, they see their dad tearing the mama up. Those little boys do. And guess what? And if she whoop him at home, the daddy will get on her. So that's why they do that sometimes. No, you're not going to tell me how to raise my child. That's just out. Sasha Lynn says, my daughter and son-in-law don't believe in corporal punishment. I do. And sometimes you don't have to believe in that. But if your child start acting up, daughter-in-law, then you have to take another approach, ma'am. You're going to have to take another approach. And a lot of people nowadays, too, since they can't whip their kids, guess what they're doing? They're pushing their kids to the state, giving them up to the state. They're giving their kids up to the state, guys. They're like, okay, if I can't whoop their ass, then you take them. I don't want to see my kids go to the state, but in some cases, these parents are like fed up. If I can't whoop them, then, hey, you take care of them. Interesting, huh? Cynthia Green says, I'm sorry, this thing is moving fast. Cynthia Green says, I work with the public and I see and hear parents cussing and fussing with each other like they're equals. Kids and parents. Yes. Yes, we've seen it on World Star Hip Hop. We've seen it in other videos where girls are calling their mama every B in the book. But then you see the mother, too, arguing with the daughter as if she's on her level, like she's her homegirl or something. Really? Ma'am, you shouldn't be arguing with your child like that. You should even have, you know, that shouldn't even take place where you have to argue with your daughter like y'all on the same level, like y'all friends. Hell no. Nip that in the bud too, ma'am. You need to nip it. Smart Cookies says, at Tiffany Davis, I agree with you. We have to respect our children and lead by example. You cannot do anything and everything in front of our kids. Absolutely. You have parents that have the kids sleeping in the room with them while they're sleeping in there with a man. You cannot do that. You cannot do that. Stop having your kids sleep in a room with you and you sleeping in there with a man. Come on now. You know, it's the stuff like that. You know, stuff like that. That's how kids learn other stuff. And they see other stuff. There's no way I can do that. No way. Just no way. Just Valencia said, my kids still think I'm crazy, and that's fine with me. Neither of them ever tried me. Absolutely, Just Valencia. My son told my daughter, he's like, I'm missing my mom crazy. And, you know, they're not trying to say we're mentally crazy. They're just saying that they would not fool with us because they know we would tear that ass up. And, you know, you don't want your kids to be afraid of you, you know, like that. You just want them to mind. You want them to respect you, right, guys? And sometimes it takes a little ass whooping, tapping to get them to respect you. Sometimes it does. Wucha says to Tiffany Davis, hey there, 100. I have 3 as well, 2 boys and a girl. Each one I have to pair differently. Okay. She says, my girl, I can raise my voice and she straightens up. The boys, though, they're tough. Absolutely. My boys are tough, but at the same time, my boys are kind of mama's boys, thank goodness. You know, they come and hug me, you know, and I thank goodness for that. But it's not like that in all cases, guys. It's not. You got boys that sit up and call their mama bees, jump on their mama. See what I'm saying? It's like, what do we do in that case? And then if you do fight back, your ass is going to jail. Most of the time you go to jail. Or they call CPS, Child Protective Service. You know, what do you do? Tiffany Davis says, yes, Mark Cookie. Let me just click on some of these. She said, yes, slave mentality. I had to learn that, but my kids are grown now. They lived. Absolutely. That's what I mean, the slave mentality. I didn't want to implement the slave mentality on my kids. I didn't. I didn't want them to just, to beat my kids like that. I just didn't. However, every now and then I had to light that ass up. But just not constantly, guys, because then, like Wucha said, it will become monotonous. And then what are you going to do then? Tiffany says, I agree with Wucha. Every child is different. That's true. Every child is different. That's absolutely. You have a quiet one. You might have one that's more outspoken. Hi, Kennedy Moore. How are you doing? I'm so glad to see you. Thank you for joining. Absolutely. Jam says, all that whipping make them tough and rebellious. Jam, that was the next thing on my list. Sometimes they have a tendency to become rebellious, guys. Then what you do? What do you do? Because you love your kids and you want them to what? Love you back. Do you not want your child to love you back? And like I said, it hurts you if your child is talking back to you or trying to harm you. It hurts mentally and emotionally. Not only physically, you can get over that part, I believe, but the hurt is from your child disrespecting you. What you do? What do you do in that case? Whoop Child says some of these kids have no respect for their parents or any adult whatsoever. You know how you go up in the store, guys, and what? You hear a child and they're just cussing and fussing, and you standing right there in the line. They don't give a darn nowadays. They saying B-A-S, every word, MF, and you standing right there. Back in the day, we didn't do that with grown folks, did we not? Because guess what? Back in the day, grown folks whoop your ass today. They don't even have to know you. Right? And it's about respect. But nowadays, these kids don't respect you. They say any and everything right there in front of you. Comes from the home, guys. Comes from the home. Tiffany say, that's right. Never get on their level. That's true. That's true. Sunshine says, I have to go. I love the conversation. I like the video. Thank you so much. I love you. Thank you for coming. Wucha says, thank you for being here, Sunshine. Hey, Emmy's channel, how are you doing? Hello there. It's great to see you. Welcome. I hope you subscribe, precious. Tammy Young says, so true. Yes. Here's who's that lady. She says, my parents raised 8 children. We have never been in jail or in trouble as a children or adults because we had that fear of our parents in us. We respected our parents and they treated us very well. That's how it's supposed to be. Who's that lady? That's how it's supposed to be. And another thing is nowadays, what do we do nowadays, guys, with our kids? We what? Spoil them. Do we not? We buy them Jordans, LeBrons, Air Force Ones, guys. We buy them everything. Do we not? And a lot of times I did that because we were so poor when I was young. I wanted my kids to have everything financially. But sometimes you cannot do that. You cannot spoil them. It's sometimes, me growing up poor made me appreciate these more right now. Does it not, guys? So a lot of times, if you spoil your child, guess what? You're going to create a little what? Demon. You have to be careful. You have to be careful how you spoil your child. You're absolutely right. Wucha says, yeah, it takes a village. Mentality is diminishing more and more. Some people act a fool if you say something to their kid. They do act a fool, but guess what? When the child gets grown, what they do? Turn on them, embarrass the hell out of them. Do they not? They embarrass the hell out of them. They don't want you telling their child nothing, but their child embarrasses the hell out of them. You right, Woo Child. Jam said, all my mom had to do was give a look. That's right, Jam. In some cases, that's right. My mother did not play. But you got some, in some cases nowadays, the mom is going out to the club with them, drinking with them, smoking killer with them, right? You have that nowadays. And guess what, Mom? That is not the way to go, ma'am. You cannot sit there and try to be your child's friend and your child's friend. You cannot do that, ma'am. Because something bad's going to happen. I'm serious. Sasha Lynn says, exactly. I wasn't about to keep telling them the same thing over and over. I told them, you're grown. Now it's time for you to pay the cost to be the boss. Tear that ass up. That's right. That's right. Tammy says, yes, we do. Yes. I wanted to bring this up because a lot of times, a lot of women are in jail right now for abuse. but they didn't even really do shit. It's the child, the girl, or the young man that just clicked on their parents and hit their parents. We hit their parent. Yes, you have to. It's sad that we have to watch our kids. I pray that I would never have my children would never do anything, horrible to me. I really pray that, because I would be so hurt emotionally that my child is doing this to me that I probably wouldn't even think about fighting back. Probably, I would probably be so devastated. Tiffany Davis says these new kids have a sense of entitlement. Yes, they do, Tiffany. Yes, they do. They do. We buy them. We try to buy them everything. We try to make them fit in with society, what they're wearing at school. Thank God for uniforms. Thank God for school uniforms, right, guys? Because if they didn't have school uniforms in elementary and middle school, guess what? We would have to buy Gucci, Louis, Gucci. We would, for the kids to be on other kids' level, right or wrong. I'm thankful for the uniforms. I am. Let's see what I have on here as well. I already talked about the slave mentality. We don't want, as people of color, we don't want our children to think that they have to grow up beating their kids. We don't want that. We don't want that to keep that generation to this snowball effect. We don't want that to continue on, in our generation. We really don't. But at the same time, it's like if they don't know how to act and they constantly do things and they try to be rebellious with it, you kind of going to have to take action. Mothers and fathers, you kind of going to have to take action. Shannon says, you hit me, you won't hit nobody else. Absolutely. Run up, get done up, child. That's what I'm saying. Hey, come here to talk with Bear. How are you doing? It's so great to see you. Thank you so much for the love. Thank you. Judy M says, good evening. Respect is a rule in my home and in the streets. Period. My children are grown, but they still have to respect my space. Absolutely. I have 3 that are grown, and then I have 1 grown up. Where you come from? I don't freaking know. But the point is, the grown ones, right now, they respect the heck out of me, and I pray that they continue to respect me. Like I said, their daughter tried it, but once I throw that ass up, I don't have no more problems out of it. 0. But I hated I just hated to go there with her. I did. But at the same time, hell, I'm a mother, and you're not going to put your hands on me and not get your ass up. You're not going to do it. I hated to do that, but I had to show her better than I can tell her, right, guys? Kenny say, I got put on restrictions. I used to ask my mom to whoop me to avoid 2 weeks restriction. Sometimes punishment is worse than getting that tail tore up, right, guys? That's why I say sometimes it's okay to punish them. Like I said, that game and all that. Don't let them play all these violent games, because they're learning that and it's getting embedded in their head and they're thinking that it's right and it's okay to do. And a lot of these guys think that it's okay to what? Go to jail. Like if jail is a resort or something. I don't understand that. Tiffany say, I saw that special on Oxygen where those girls made their mother meet their demise. Yes. That's sad. That is really sad. That woman probably thought, oh my God, I'm going to leave here by the hands of my children. Can you imagine? From your own kids? Can you imagine that? Mooch out with those pictures, Jesus. She said, and Kennedy Moore, that's how old my oldest is. Sasha Lynn says, I have 3 kids. 2 were pretty mild, but baby girl was a hellraiser. Told you my daughter, she tried it. My boys, they don't give me no problems. They are mama boys, thank goodness. However, it's not like that in our cases. It's not. Some of these boys can, like I said, call their mama every B in the book, hit their moms, steal from their moms. That's another thing. I don't know if I can take it if one of my kids was to take something from me. Money, anything. I just don't think I can take it. Because it's very hurtful. You think you raised them right, and here it is that they're taking from you. Like I say, it could be some substance abuse, or it could be that they just plain old damn hard-headed. How would you feel if your child was to take something from you, steal something from you? I've had girlfriends where their kids actually stole from them. Isn't that something? I don't know how I would react. I know it wouldn't be pretty. Guys, do what Wu Child says. Be sure to like the video, share the video, guys, and subscribe to the channel. If you're new to the channel, we love you. Also, hit that notification bell to all. Thank you so much. Hi, Lissa. She said, I'm at the age I'm of age that my mom would have smacked me and backhanded me through a wall and did. Yes, my mom used to get a broomstick and wear us out. She said, needless to say, I'm much older. I chose not to have children because of the torture I went through as a child. I know some people that have been through traumatizing things as a child. Let me move this comment out here. And, it's sad that, and it's great that in our cases that we felt like, okay, the ass whoopings, excuse my French, helped us, made us who we are today. But in some cases, some kids are traumatized, guys. Some kids get traumatized, especially when you have not done anything wrong. In Lesa's case, it's called that. That's called abuse. To where she wouldn't even want to have kids, And it's sad. It really is sad that this can happen. And sometimes it's at the hands of your own family members. So, Lisa, I'm sorry you had to go through that. I am so sorry. And I'm sorry that you don't want kids, even though they're very expensive financially. And yes, it can get on your damn nerves. But it's just unfortunate that made you to make that decision that you made today. And it's called abuse, guys. It's called abuse. It's real. Some people are sickening. Some people are just sick, evil to their kids. And we've seen it all over on videos. We've seen it in the streets. We just seen it on the news. It's just sad that, as a parent, you're supposed to have unconditional love. That comes natural, right, guys? It's supposed to come natural. Lessa, that comes natural. It comes natural. And like I said, we got whipped when we were young, Lessa, and I didn't want to whip my kids at all. I did my best to avoid whipping my kids. I really did, And I didn't whip them much at all. And that's probably why they are okay today. But I can understand. I really understand. But it's just sad. It really is. Judy says, it's my grandson now. His mama's so ghetto. I have to retrain him every weekend. Isn't that sad? You got the ghetto moms. I was sitting at the store. I was at the store one day. This woman had her newborn baby here, and she had a cigarette in her mouth, like this. And she was just blowing all the smoke in the baby's face. And I was like, what the hell is really going on? And then you see women that are with child smoking different substances, smoking something like that. This world, it's getting hard. It's getting bad. It is. And they say you have to train your grandson every weekend. She need to be beat. She need her tail to be talked to. Seriously. Ma'am, it's not cute that your child don't know how to act. Wuchaw's telling Lisa, hello. It's so great to meet you, Lisa. I hope you stay, Lisa. I'm thinking it's Lisa or maybe Lisa. Judy says, I have 7. She said, I have 7. 4 boys, 3 girls. I wish MF would put their hands on me. Yes. And 7 is a lot. And I congrats to you because I know that it was hell raising all them kids, and that's great that you were able to raise them in where they're respectful. I have 4, and it's hard sometimes. It is. I'm so happy you're here, Lisa. I am. Tiffany Data say, I know that's right, Judah. Don't touch me, child. That's how I tell my daughter. I just clicked on her like she was a stranger, girl. Sasha Man say, she never hit us or cussed us out. She ran with a different crowd. That's great. That's great. But, like I said, in some cases, it's not that way. And sometimes some parents can be real ghetto. Real ghetto. Judith says, prayers, you're not alone, and it's not your fault, Lisa. It's not your fault. It's not your fault, Honestly, honey, I asked for 1. And he gave me 4. I was begging for a child. He gave me 4, Lisa. But, to each his own, Kennedy says, what's also sad is that the cops will arrest you for whooping your kid, but will abuse them through the system. Absolutely. Absolutely. If you go to jail for whooping your kid, right? Then what's going to happen? CPS is going to take custody, right? And then they're going to get in the system. And guess what? I heard being in that care, foster care, it's not no joke. I heard it's not no joke in foster care. I heard they do all kinds of things to these kids in foster care. And so then they start what? It starts affecting them mentally. So it's like I said, it's like a snowball effect. Like, something has to change, something has to change. And nowadays, a lot of parents need to, go old school. They need to go old school with raising their kids. They really do. Who's that lady says that, Lisa? That's very unfortunate. And I'm sorry that happened to you. I'm sure you will be a great mom because of what happened to you. Absolutely. Who's that lady? That's why I'm a great mom today. That's why I believe I am a great mom today because of what happened to me when I was younger. And I left home very early. And that's why I tell my kids, I don't want them in the street. I want them to go to the skate ring, do kiddie stuff, teenage stuff. Don't grow up very fast because the streets, like I tell them all the time, will eat you up and spit you out. And it's some just evil devil people on the streets. It is. You can't trust anyone. Judy says, oh, she's saying, thank you, Judy. I've been in therapy. It's just so sad. Like I said, I think you would be a great mom too, Lisa. I really do. Because you're not going to want to hurt your child at all. You're not going to want to do that to your child. It's unconditional. It's natural for you to feel that way for your child. As soon as they come out, it's like love just spreads. Right, guys? Women that have had kids, that's how it is. She said for a long time. That's so sad. It really is. Wucha says, please be sure to like the video. Guys, please be sure to like the video and share this content. You may know someone. Tammy Young says, be opposed. Lisa says, who's that lady? Thank you. I have come to terms. I know I would have been a good mother. I have had so many pseudo children. They tell me things they won't tell others. I have their trust. That's great. It's nothing like having your own. But at the same time, if you can, help someone else's child, that's wonderful, Lisa. Sasha Lynn said, our kids didn't become this way until they told us what not to do. You're sure right about that one, Sasha Lynn. You're absolutely right about that one, ma'am. Yes. Let's go down here. Kennedy is saying something here. Kennedy said, Lisa, I'm so sorry to hear about your experience. You make a great parent, though, because you recognize the sins of your parents and you're able to break the cycle. That's what I was saying. The cycle. What I'm trying to say, snowball effect. The cycle. The cycle can be stopped. We have to stop it. We just can't. It's just like, and sometimes in the projects where the great grandma was in the project, got a head apartment in the project. The grandma, the mom, the daughter's daughter. It's like, when is it gonna stop? It's okay to break the cycle and somebody could get a job and become something and graduate college, Sometimes some cycles have to be broken, guys. Seriously. And Lisa, I really believe that you will be a great mother. But she said she's come to terms with it. And we can't force you to do anything you don't want to do. Of course not. I just feel bad that this happened to you. I really do. I really do. And know that you are loved as a woman, as a sister, Lisa. She said, press for you and your son. He will not be a great. Wait, he will be great, not a statistic. Absolutely, cannot be. The Lord say the same. And it's who they run with too, guys. It's who your children run with as well. If your kids are running with the wrong crowd, like I tell my kids, if they done something illegal, guess what? You're going to jail with them. That is the law. So remember to tell your kids that if they're teenagers, if their friend does something, guess what they're going to? They're going to get charged with it too. If somebody meets their demise. Kennedy Moore, she's saying, Kennedy, thank you. I'm getting with healthy boundaries. She said she's getting through it with healthy boundaries. Absolutely. She said, I need a pseudo mom for my grandson before I got to kick his mom's ass again. Yes, Lisa, she needs your help. Yes, Judy, you're so great, Scott. Lisa said, people actually think teachers are the way to get your kids up. Right. You can't, just because you send your kid to school don't mean the teacher has to be your child's mother. And they disrespect the teachers too, guys. A lot of times they disrespect the teachers too. Really? It's how you raise them at home. And honey, my kids know better. They know better. Now, I believe my daughter, when she was young, she had issue with the teacher, and I went up there and that would adds up. And it goes to show it was so serious. The teacher put a black poster paper over her window and said, "Go ahead, handle your business, Jones." That's how bad she was. Tammy Young said, yes, indeed. Absolutely, Tammy. Yes, indeed. She said, Judah, I'll be your pseudo mama. That's wonderful. Wucha says, absolutely. I definitely repeat this to mine over and over again. If they go down, you will too. Absolutely. It's like if they go to jail, we say we're not going to get them out. But at the same time, my child goes, if any one of my boys go to jail for some serial something or the R word, sir, you're going to be right there. You're going to stay there. I'm not getting your ass out for that. I'm not going to do that. You know, you don't want to condone stuff like that. You don't. And a lot of women are condoning things that their sons are doing. They are. They're condoning little things that they're doing. Oh, they stole a car. Oh, well, there's my child. He do it. You know, no, ma'am. You need to nip it in the bud right then and there, ma'am. This was such an awesome live, was it not, guys? Such an awesome live. This is really awesome. But like I say, you know, I wanted to ask this question, you know, what would you do if your child, talk down to you, talk back to you, and then put hands on you? What would you do? Would you just call the popo? Or would you what? Fight for your life like the twins did that woman. That woman was fighting for her life. She said, Lisa, thank you. That's awesome. Wendy K says, some parents used to ask me, why do they behave so well in the classroom? But when I get them home, they don't listen to me because it's kids. So she young ones love structure. So she's saying the young ones love structure. She's saying when they get in the classroom, they behave so well, but when they get home, they clown. Wonder why? We need a psychologist on this show. Sachalyn said, that makes me so mad with all that work they expect from teachers. Work parents should be doing it. Yes, parents should be doing that. Parents should be helping them with their homework. Parents should be making sure that they're acting right. And girl, I don't play that with school. I just don't. I never did. Because I know what happened to me. You understand? I want them to be raised right. You have to be respectful. Those teachers are not there just for the hell of it. Some of the teachers are really into their work. They're really into teaching you. She said, yes, it was an awesome conversation. It is an awesome conversation, right? Lisa says, I got a paddling in the school for talking in the lunchroom. They called my mom when I got home, another paddling for embarrassing her, talking in the cafeteria. Right. Don't embarrass me. Tell my boys that all the time. And my daughter, don't embarrass me. Don't do that. You're absolutely right, Lisa. Thank you for the lip gloss, Lisa. That is one of our emojis. Thank you so very much. Thank you. She said, yes, Marie Office. Thank you so much, Who's That Lady? Thank y'all so much for joining, guys. I really appreciate y'all being here. I really do. And I love talking to y'all. I really do. She said, give her a reason to call 911. That's right, Sasha. Sashalyn don't play. I'm with you on that. And it's not about being a bigger person or because you can beat your child. No, it's that you have to be respectful. You have to try to get them in order. And again, guys, if you have young kids, don't let them play that game. Don't let them play it unless you have some kind of Care Bear game, something like that. Not the damn GTA. Oh, those adult games. Don't let them play it because they'll see more than what they need to know. Right. In case they need structure. Absolutely. Cynthia Green says, call the police because you're either going to walk out or roll out. That's right. Gosh, a lot of people are like, she's in jail for abusing her kid or she's going to go to jail for abusing kids. But no, it's not abuse. It's trying to straighten your child out. Okay. It's called discipline. Some people discipline one way. Some people discipline another way. I discipline both ways. Punishment and tie that ass up. I did. Wendy K says, I said, nip it in the bud right now. And that's it. Point period blank. Lisa says, I'm afraid of my mama. I'm almost 60 coming soon. Wow. I don't want my kids to be afraid of me, guys. And I'm sure you as parents don't want your kids to be afraid of you. I want my kids to be afraid of me. I want them to be running to me when something happens. Run to your mom. That's what I'm here for. Right? That's what we're here for, right, ladies? Who's That Lady says, Wendy K, children definitely need structure. Without a foundation, they are all over the place. Absolutely. A lot of times, like I say, some of the guys be like, oh, you have a daddy. Sir, you have your mom. Your mom is working hard. She's trying to raise you. Please respect your mom. Be grateful that you still have a mother that cares. Right, guys? Wendy K said, I went to talk to one of my daughter's teachers, and I said, yes, we have to nip this one in the bud. And her name was Mrs. Bud. LOL. Didn't realize I said it until my daughter told me to call. Oh, yes, indeed, Wendy K. Oh, my goodness. That is crazy. That's funny as hell. Let's see. Hey, Tawana, how are you doing, precious? Happy Saturday to you. It's so good to see you, Tawana. Sachalyn said, I'm proud to say I have 3 college grads. Yes. Working on the 3rd one. He'll be in there this year. Lisa says, I love this conversation. I love it that it's content. Yay, yes. We're trying our best to do content over here, and leave that messy mess over that way. But I'm grateful that y'all all are here. It's like I try to talk about things that I can relate to and that most of my subscribers can relate to because most of my subscribers are grown. They're between 40 and up. Most of my subs are 40 and up. But we welcome the young women too. We do. We do. She said, yes, who's that lady? E. Monique, thank you so much. E. Monique, her name is in green because she is a member, guys. Please, if you want to support the channel, become a member. It's only at $1.99. Like they said, the Chinese wish, $1.99. Everything $1.99, right? $1.99. E. Monique said, I don't think I was a bad kid, but I was slick. Nothing wrong with that. All those girls learning to sneak them through the window. We all then jumped out a couple times. Yes, but it's just life. It's just fun. It's life. It's memories, Judy M says different situations cause for a different reaction, right? You don't have to whoop your kid because you got people that beat their kids because they went to the icebox to get something to eat. Ma'am, your child hungry. That's why they went to the icebox to get something to eat. What the hell you beating them for? Stuff like that. It's just sickening to me. My child is fat as hell. But don't worry, he'll grow out of it. He'll run into middle school and play sports and run it off. But until then, I'm going to feed him if he's hungry. Okay, that's just on period. Kennedy Moore says, yes, teach respect, discipline, and structure at home before they have to go to jail to get it. Yes, and I don't want any of my boys going to jail. We know what happens there. And it's real, guys. You don't want your child to go to jail. That will hurt me so bad. It's like if they pass away or something, they go to jail. I could not take it. I couldn't. That's why I tell them, please abort it, honey. Don't go. Don't do anything to go to jail. Sorry, which I had a call. No problem, person. Hey, Trick Mama, how are you doing? It's so great to see you. Beautiful Trick Mama. Thank you so much. Judy M said, yes, very refreshing house lady. Yes. She told me, who's that lady? My Trick, my boo. Here I go, my Trick. Oh, my God. It's Trick Mama. Hey, Trick Mama, we love you so much. It's so great to see you. She said, Marie, drop the link for your membership. How do I do that, woo child? Stand by, beautiful people. I'm going to let you guys talk among yourselves right quick while I look for this link, okay? I'm going to play the 30-second countdown. Hold on, guys. I love you all so much. Please be patient, okay? Make sure you like the video, okay? I love y'all. One sec. Oh, gosh. I got the link, guys. Give me a second here. I'm trying to copy it. Yes, this is a great conversation. It really was. It was absolutely wonderful. Just think about it, though, guys. Don't, try to, love on your children. We want to love on our kids. Try to love on your children, guys. Try to, avoid whipping them. Try to, excuse me, my nose, gosh. Try to instill ethics in them, right? There we are. Come on back here. Control C. Oh, Lord. Shit. What happened to the damn StreamYard? How do y'all get out of there? Look at my nose. Come in. Hi, guys. I'm so sorry. Can you guys hear me? Hello? Look at this. It's crazy. Hello there. Can you hear me, guys? I hope so. Okay, here's the link for the membership. Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Sasha. Thank you so very much. Thank y'all so very much. Thank you. Hi, Marcella. Thank you so much for joining. Smart Cookie, thank you so much. Yes, you got the stream out. Yes. Um, Tamiyan, that's what my parents told me growing up. She said, do you have YouTube on? Yes, I did. Thank you, Smart Cookie. I took it off. Thank you so very much. Smart Trick Mom said, I'm going to start over on the live. I just wanted to speak to everyone. Thank you so much, Trick Mom. It's so great seeing you in the comments. I love seeing you guys in the comments. Everyone who didn't join today, guys, this is the link, guys, to the membership. But everyone who didn't join today, we miss you. We love you. We hope that you hit the replay, guys. Hit the replay. Again, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Please like the video. If you have enjoyed the conversation. Maybe we need to have a part 2 of this conversation because it was very deep. We'll try to say you good. Now, thank you so much, McClurk. I love you. Thank you so very much. Smart Cookie, get out of YouTube and only stand streaming. I did. Thank you so very much. I'm like, what? Guys, does anyone have any comments before we go? Anyone? Thank you, Tawana. Yes, it was. Thank you. Anyone have any comments, guys, before we go? This was a really great conversation. Like I said, just because you see a parent going to jail because of abuse or something like that, sometimes it's not always the parent. It's the what? Child sometimes. The child can be a small mouth heifer or a small mouth young man or will reach out and touch you. So, oh my God, thank you. Who's that lady? Thank you so much. Thank y'all so very much. Oh my goodness, thank you. Thank you. Kennedy Monroe, thank you so much for joining. I pray that you come back. Everyone in here, let's see who's in the house, shall we? Thank you, McClure. You're so kind. Always so kind. I love you so much, McClure. Let's go, guys. That's who's in. Drop the lip glosses, guys. Please, guys, when you come into the chat, moving forward, if you can, guys, please drop the lip glosses upon entering the chat. What y'all say about that? Jam, thank you for coming, Jam. Okay, let's see here. Yeah. This thing here is tripping. Stop, damn it. Okay, here we go. Wendy K, thank you for coming. McClurk, thank you for coming. Don, love you so much. Thank you for coming. No Glow, I love you so much. Thank you so much. Woo Child, the best moderator in the United States of America. Teresa Phillips, thank you for coming. I appreciate it. Wendy K, I love you. Thank you for coming. Don, you know I love you to death. Thank y'all. Everyone in this chat, I love you. Sophisticated Bragg, thank you. I was so glad to see you. I was like, whoever haven't came in the chat today, I miss you. And I was thinking about you, Sophisticated Bragg. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you, sister. Thank you. Jam, love you. Thank you for showing support. Yes. E. Monique, thank you so much for becoming a member and showing love and support. Thank you so much. Sunshine Wilson, thank you. You always come here. Thank you so much for your support. I appreciate you. Everyone in this channel, thank you so much for supporting this channel. Who else? Child of God, thank you, COG. Thank you for joining the channel and supporting. I appreciate you. Thank you so very much. I hope you come back and see us. We love you. Who else here? Jam, Head Big Control, Room Shaker, Sunshine, Play With Your Female. Okay. Mel MC, thank you so much for joining. I know Lisa, thank you so much for joining. I hope you return. I hope you have a wonderful day. All of you guys, I hope you have a very blessed, happy Saturday. Thank you so much. Bless Sissy too. Thank you so much. She said, I raised my kids in the Bible and led by example. Yet my youngest is so disrespectful with her mouth. So I leave her alone. She's 30. And if I beat Apple, she'll be fine. Well, I can understand. I can relate. Bless Sister too. I definitely can relate. Shannon, thank you so much. Shasha Lynn, thank you so much. McClurk, I love you. Thank you, guys. Yes, Miss Monique, to you. Thank you. Lip glosses in the chat, guys. Wendy K, Sasha Lynn. Let's see if we missed anybody. I want to make sure I didn't miss anyone. Marcella, thank you so much for coming. We appreciate you. We love you so much. Pray for Tim, guys, please. Timmy Young, thank you. Thank you so much. Jesse Cat, thank you for coming. Cynthia Green, thank you for coming. My son must have passed what the hell he got. Smart Cookie, thank you for coming. My nose, guys. Tiffany Davis, thank you for coming. Stacy Stace, thank you for coming. I know I just had a paper towel up here somewhere. Oh, here it is in my lap. Shit, my nose is bothering me, y'all. Sorry. Woo child, we already say the best model right in here. Cynthia Green, thank you so much for coming back. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, guys. Lip glosses in the chat. Lip gloss in the chat. Tiffany Davis, thank you so much for joining. Jess Valencia, I'm glad you made it on your vacation. I hope you had a great vacation. Kennedy in my row, we love you, love you, love you. I'm so glad to see you. Thank you, Jam. You know I love you, girl. You always come. Who else? Amy's channel. Thank you so much, Amy's channel. I appreciate you coming into the chat. I hope you join the channel. Thank you. Tammy Young, who's that lady? Thank you so much for becoming a member and joining the channel. Thank you. Pillow Tower Bay, thank you. I'm so glad to see you. Judy M, thank you for coming into the chat and supporting. Thank you, guys. Lisa, I just want to make sure everybody has been recognized, guys. Yes. Let's see here. I just want to say, everyone, thank you guys for supporting my channel. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming. You know, I just love talking to you all. And we just like to talk about real stuff, guys, you know, real stuff in a real way, you know. Can't be playing, you know, we want to be proper. Sometimes it's good to be proper, but sometimes you got to be real. Oh, my God. Thank you so much. McClurk. Oh, my God. Who's that lady? Thank you. Everyone that's in this chat. Shaded, Shannon, please come with those eyeballs. I love you so much. Thank you, who's that lady? Emoni for becoming members. Everyone, I love y'all. Woo y'all, girl. You my girl. Thank you, guys. If you want to support the channel, become a member. It's okay to support the channel. Hit the cash app if you want to hit the cash app. I just thank you guys for being here, for supporting, for even being in my chat. I love you guys. Thank you. And if you have any more comments, please, thank you, Sasha Lynn. Please leave them at the bottom here. Look, at the bottom underneath here. I love you guys. God bless all of y'all, okay? Thank you. I will see y'all most likely mañana. But I just want to get that out there, guys. And think about it, you know. What would you do? Okay? I love you guys. Bye.